Hello dear students, welcome back to the chemistry class. Moving forward with the chapter's solution. In this class, let us discuss the methods of expressing the concentration of the solution. There are various methods to express the concentration of the solution. Last year you studied molarity, molality, normality, mole fraction. All these are the methods to express the concentration of the solution. Now, what do you mean by the concentration of the solution? What is the meaning of concentration of the solution? Concentration of the solution means amount of solute. Okay, amount of solute. It may be in mass, it may be in volume. Okay, amount of solute present in given solution. Okay, so amount of solute which is present in a given solution, that is the concentration of that solution. Now, the first method to express the concentration of the solution, that is mass percent or mass percentage. Here you will be considering the mass of solute and solvent as well as the mass of solution. That is why it is known as W by W, weight by weight. Now, what is mass percentage? Mass percentage means mass of a component. Mass of a component in grams. So, component can be a solute, it may be a solvent. So, mass of solute or mass of solvent in grams, which is present in 100 grams of a solution. Okay, for example, 20 grams of salt, it is dissolved in 80 grams of water. Okay, 20 grams of this NaCl, common salt, it is dissolved in 80 grams of water. When you mix these things, what you will get? 20 plus 80, you will get 100 grams of salt solution. Okay, 20 grams of common salt which is dissolved in 80 grams of water. What you will get? You will get 100 grams of salt solution. Now, what is mass percent? Mass of solute. What is the mass of solute? Which is the solute here? NaCl is the solute. Solute means substance or component present in smaller quantity. Solvent means substance present in larger quantity. NaCl is the solute, water is the solvent. Now, mass of solute, that is 20 grams, present in 100 grams of solution. Hence, the mass percent of NaCl will be 20%. Then, mass of solvent, that is 80 grams, present in 100 grams of solution. Hence, the mass percent of the solvent, water, will be 80%. 20 plus 80 will get 100% of the solution. So this is mass percentage. The mass percent of the mass of any component, that may be solute or solvent, which is present in 100 gram of the solution. Now there is a formula to calculate this mass percent. So mass percent of a component, it may be solute or solvent. First, let me take solute. How do you calculate mass percent of solute? Mass percent of solute is equal to mass of solute divided by total mass of solution multiplied by 100. You are multiplying by 100 because you are calculating percentage here. So percentage, mass percentage of solute is equal to mass of solute, it may be 20 grams, 10 grams, anything, divided by total mass of the solution. What is the total mass of the solution? Solution means solute plus solvent. So total mass of solution will be equal to mass of solute plus mass of solvent. This is the total mass of the solution. So this is the formula to calculate mass percentage. If you want to calculate the mass percentage of the solvent, what you have to do? Here you have to take mass of solvent. Okay, so if you want to calculate for solute, here you have to take mass of solute. If you want to calculate for solvent, you have to take here mass of solvent. So this is the first method of expression of concentration of solution, that is mass percent. Here you will be taking the mass of a component, solute or solvent, divided by the mass of solution. That is why it is known as W by W. Next, we have a similar concept here, that is volume percentage. It is very similar to mass percentage. In mass percentage, you are taking the mass of the component and the mass of the solution. In volume percentage, you have to take the volume of the component divided by volume of the solution. So what is volume percentage? Here it means volume of a component in ml, volume of the component in ml present in 100 ml of solution. Okay, this is volume percent. Volume of component, volume of solute or volume of solvent expressed in ml present in 100 ml of the solution. Now the formula will be very similar. For example, here 10 ml ethanol alcohol, suppose it is dissolved in 90 ml of water. Okay, 10 ml alcohol, that is ethanol, it is dissolved in 90 ml water. Now which is the solute here? Ethanol is the solute. It is present in smaller quantity. Which is the solvent? Water is the solvent. Now when you mix these two things, 10 plus 90, it becomes 100 ml of aqueous ethanol solution. Now what is aqueous solution? In aqueous solution, water will be the solvent. So when you mix these two things, you will get 100 ml of aqueous alcoholic solution, aqueous ethanolic solution. Now what is volume percentage? Volume of a component, volume of the solute present in 100 ml of the solution. Hence, the volume percent will be 10%. Similarly, volume of solvent present in 100 ml of the solution, it is 90%. So 10 plus 90, it is 100% of the solution. Now, the formula for calculation of volume percent is very similar to the mass percent. So volume percent of, first let us see solute, is equal to, so you are taking volume here also you have to take volume. So volume percent of solute is equal to volume of solute divided by total volume of solution. Okay, and I calculate percentage here, so multiplied by 100. So this is known as V by V, because you are taking volume of the component divided by volume of the solution. Now, what is the total volume of the solution? Total volume of the solution means volume of solute plus volume of solvent. Okay, so this is the second method of expressing concentration of the solution. You'll be expressing the concentration in terms of volume here. Next, the last one, the third one, here we have mass by volume percentage. It is the mixture of mass percentage and volume percentage. We have mass by volume percentage. So, mass by volume. The component, it will be expressed in mass, it will be expressed in grams, whereas the solution, it will be expressed in volumes, in milliliters. Now, what is mass by volume percent? Amount of solute or solvent or mass of a component. So, mass of a component, it may be solute or solvent, present in, here you are taking volume, hence you have to take 100 ml of solution. Okay, this is mass by volume percentage, mass of the solute or mass of the solvent which is present in 100 ml of the solution. You are expressing the component in terms of mass, you are expressing the solution in terms of volume. Now what will be the formula here? So, mass by volume percent of solute will be equal to, so component, that is solute, you are taking in mass, hence here you have to take mass of solute divided by solution, you are taking in terms of volume, hence here you have to write total volume of solution, it is percentage, hence multiplied by 100. So this is the mass by volume percentage of a component. It may be the percent of solute or percentage of solvent. Here if you are taking solute, then here you have to take mass of solute. Here if you are calculating for solvent, here you have to take mass of solvent. So these are mass percentage, W by W, volume percentage, volume by volume, V by V, and then mass by volume percentage, W by V. Now, next method of expressing the concentration of the solution, we have ppm. ppm means parts per million. How many parts of the component is present in million parts of the solution? You are given the million parts of the solution. In that million parts of the solution, how many parts of the solute, how many parts of the solvent are present? So, parts per million means number of parts of a component. Okay, number of parts of the component, component may be solute or solvent, present in 1 million parts of solution. Okay, in 1 million parts of the solution, how many parts of solvent or solute are present? That is parts per million. The formula we have ppm of solute. For example, you are taking solute here, component, parts per million of solute is given by mass of solute divided by total mass of solution. Okay, the ppm of solute is given by mass of solute in total mass of solution. You know what is total mass of solution? Mass of solute plus mass of solvent multiplied by, here you are expressing in terms of million here. Million means 10 lakh, 10 raised to 6. So this is the formula for the calculation of parts per million, ppm. If you want to calculate the parts per million of solvent, so instead of taking solute here, you have to take solvent. Very simple. It is equal to mass of solvent divided by, same thing, total mass of solution multiplied by 1 million, because you are taking the solution in terms of 1 million. Hence you have to multiply by 10 raised to 6, that is 10 lakhs or 1 million. So this is parts per million. Okay, ppm. It is the method to express the concentration of the solution. Generally, the parts per million, it is used to measure air pollution. It is used to measure air pollution in the cities. In what you mean by air pollution? In air pollution, the harmful gases will be present in the atmosphere. The harmful gases will be present in trace quantities. Trace quantities means very small quantities. Okay, so ppm, it is used to measure the harmful gases, the amount of harmful gases that are present in trace quantities in the atmospheric air. Hence, you can use ppm to measure air pollution. Which gas is present in 1 million parts of the air? What is the parts of certain harmful gases present in 1 million part of atmospheric air? So that is ppm, used to measure air pollution in the cities. Next, we have a numerical problem here based on the mass percentage. So here 11 grams of oxalic acid, it is dissolved in 500 ml of the solution. You are given 500 ml of a solution in which 11 gram of oxalic acid is present. The density of the solution is given, that is 1.1 gram per ml, and what you have to calculate? You have to calculate the mass percentage of oxalic acid. Now, mass of oxalic acid is given, it is 11 grams. Volume of solution is given, that is 500 ml, and density of the solution is given. Density of the solution is equal to 1.1 gram per ml. Now, you have to calculate mass percentage. So, mass percent of oxalic acid you have to calculate. You know what is mass percent? Mass percent means W by W. Mass of oxalic acid divided by total mass of the solution multiplied by 100. This is the formula of the mass percentage. Now you are applying this for oxalic acid. Hence here you have to take mass of oxalic acid. Mass of oxalic acid, it is given 11 grams. Total mass of the solution, it is not given. Volume is given, density is given. You have to calculate the mass of the solution. You know that density is equal to mass by volume. Hence, mass will be equal to density multiplied by volume. Now, what is the density? That is 1.1. And what is the volume? It is 500 ml. Now, when you multiply this, you'll get 550 grams. Okay, so that is the total mass of the solution. Using the volume of the solution and density of the solution, you are calculating mass of the solution. Now you can use this here. Now this is equal to mass of oxalic acid, that is 11 grams, divided by total mass of the solution, that is 550 grams, multiplied by 100. Now this is equal to, this gets cancelled here, 11 ones are 11 fives are. Now 10 by 5, that is 2%. Now this is the mass percentage of oxalic acid which is present in the given solution. So this is how you have to calculate. If total mass of the solution is not given, if the mass of solute is not given, obviously volume and density will be given. Using volume and density of the solution, you can calculate the mass of the solution and you can use it in the formula. Next, we move forward with the next method of preparation. Next, we move forward with the next method of expressing the concentration of the solution. We have molarity. In the previous year, you studied about molarity, you studied about the formula, you studied about how to calculate the numerical problems regarding molarity. But still, I will again explain this concept. So, what is molarity? You know what is molarity? Molarity means the number of moles of solute which is present in 1 liter of solution. In 1 liter of the given solution, how many number of moles of solute are present? That is molarity. It is expressed by the symbol capital M. So, molarity capital M, it is equal to number of moles of solute which is present in volume of solution which is expressed in liters. This is the basic formula. Here, moles of solute, will be taking it as N divided by volume of solution, we will be taking it as capital V in liters. So this is molarity, the formula of molarity. Number of moles of solute divided by volume of the solution in liters. Now if you are taking the volume of solution in ml or cm cube, then the formula will be M will be equal to number of moles divided by volume which is expressed in ml multiplied by 1000. Okay, so this is the formula for molarity if you are taking volume of solution in ml. This is the formula of molarity if you are taking the volume of solution in liter. You have to remember this. Now, next thing, how do you calculate number of moles of solute? Now, number of moles of solute, N is nothing but moles of solute. So, moles of solute is equal to mass of solute divided by molar mass of the solute. Okay, this is the formula for the calculation of number of moles. Number of moles of solute is equal to mass of solute which is divided by molar mass of the solute. Here, mass of the solute, let me take it as W, and molar mass of the solute, let me take it as capital M. Okay, so W, it is the mass of the solute, capital M, it is the molar mass of the solute. Now, this will be equal to, now what is N? N is equal to W by M. So in the place of N, I am substituting W by M. So you have W by M. This is nothing but this N multiplied by, what else is remaining? We have 1000 here, divided by, here you have volume in ml. Now this is the final formula for the calculation of molarity. Molarity is equal to mass of the solute divided by molar mass of the solute multiplied by 1000 divided by volume of the solution in ml. Okay, so this is how you have to use this formula for the calculation of molarity. Now, the units of molarity. Here, molarity is nothing but moles of solute divided by volume in liters. So, the unit for molarity will be mole per liter. This is moles of solute, hence you are taking mole, divided by volume, which is present in liter. So if you want to express in liter, this will be the unit of molarity. If you are expressing in ml, okay, then it will be mole dm this cube, okay, mole per dm cube. This will be the unit of molarity if you are expressing volume in ml. Instead of writing these units, you can just write capital M. Suppose you calculate molarity, you get the value 1.1. So this is the molarity that you get. Instead of writing these units, you can just write it as capital M. So this will be the answer. So you can use capital M, you can use mole per liter. If it is volume, if it is in liter, then you can use this. If volume is in ml, you can use this unit. But instead of complicating things, instead of using all these things, just use capital M. It is enough. So this is molarity. Molarity means number of moles of solute which is present in 1 liter of the solution. Now this is the formula of molarity if the volume is expressed in liters. This is the formula for molarity if the volume of the solution is expressed in ml. Now, the most important thing that you have to remember here is, I'll just rub this. One of the disadvantages of molarity is that molarity is dependent on temperature. Molarity is dependent on temperature. That means as the temperature changes, molarity changes. During a reaction or during any solutions, mixing of solution, formation of solution, if the temperature changes, then the molarity of the solution also changes. So we say that molarity is dependent on temperature. So if the temperature changes, first what happens? The volume changes. Volume of the solution changes. Volume is dependent on temperature. So if the temperature changes, volume changes. Then what happens? Molarity will change, because molarity, we have volume here which is present in the formula of the molarity. Molarity depends on the volume of the solution. So this is a very important fact that you have to remember. Molarity is dependent on temperature. As the temperature changes, molarity of the solution will also change. Next, the next method of expressing the concentration of the solution, we have molality, which is expressed by small m. Okay, so this is molality, very similar to molarity, just a slight difference. So what is molality? You already know. Molality means number of solute, number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of solvent. Okay, in 1 kg of solvent, how many number of moles of solute are dissolved? That is nothing but molality. So, molality, small letter m, remember that, is equal to moles of solute divided by, here you will be taking the mass of solvent, hence the mass of solvent in kg. Okay, so this is equal to, now number of moles of solute it is expressed by n divided by mass of solvent, it is expressed by capital W. This is in kg. So, molality is equal to N by W, where W is the mass of the solvent, which is expressed in kg, kilograms. Now, what will be the formula if the mass of the solvent is expressed in grams? So, molality will be equal to number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in grams multiplied by 1000. So this is the formula to express molality if the mass of the solvent is expressed in grams. Now this is equal to, this is number of moles of solute, just like previously in molarity. N is equal to mass of solute divided by molar mass of solute. This is N, number of moles, multiplied by, we have 1000 here, and we have W, mass of solvent, which is given in grams. So this is the final formula for the calculation of molality. Now this is the formula if the mass of the solvent is given in grams. Now this is the formula if the mass of the solvent is given in kilograms. Now, compared to molarity, there is an advantage for molality. Molality is used to express concentration of the solution. It is preferred to that of molarity because there is a simple advantage here. That is, molality is independent of temperature. Molality is independent of temperature. That means molality does not depend on temperature. If the temperature changes, temperature may increase or decrease, but the value of molality will not change. So that is, molality is independent of temperature. Hence, compared to molarity, molality will be preferred to express the concentration of the solution. The reason is molality is independent on temperature. It does not depend whether the temperature increases or decreases. The molality will remain as it is. It will not change. So this thing you have to remember. For molarity, molarity is dependent on temperature. Molarity changes with change in temperature. Whereas molality, it is independent of temperature. So, molality does not change with change in temperature. You have to remember these 2 points, very important for the competitive examinations. Next, the last method of expressing concentration of solutions, we have mole fraction. It is denoted by this symbol, which we call it as G. It is not X, okay, it is not X, it is called as G. Now, what is mole fraction? In the previous year you have studied, the mole fraction means ratio of number of moles of a component ratio of number of moles of a component to the number of to the total number of moles of all components. So this is the definition of mole fraction. It is the ratio of number of moles of the component to the total number of moles of the all components. For example, mole fraction of a solute you are calculating. You can take solvent also, but I am taking solute here. Mole fraction of a solvent will be given by is equal to here number of moles of solute divided by, it is a ratio, number of moles of a component. You can take solute, you can take solvent. The ratio to the total number of moles of all components. Okay, so total number of moles of all component means number of solute, number of moles of solute plus number of moles of solvent. Okay, that is total number of moles of all components. So mole fraction is the ratio of number of mole of a component to the total number of moles of all components. Now let me give you an example for the formulas. Suppose there is a solution, binary solution, in which A is the solute and B is the solvent. Okay, A is the solute and B is the solvent. Now, number of moles of A will be expressed by Na. Number of moles of solvent will be expressed by Nb. Now, you have to calculate the mole fraction of A, that is solute, then mole fraction of B, that is solvent. First, the mole fraction of A, okay, it is equal to mole fraction of the solute, it is equal to number of moles of solute divided by total number of moles of all components, that is Na plus Nb. This is total number of moles of both solute and solvent. You have to add them. So this is the mole fraction for the solute. Similarly, mole fraction for the solvent, okay, it will be equal to number of moles of the solvent Nb divided by total number of moles of all components Na plus Nb. So these are the formulas that you have to remember. In a solution there may be more than 2 components, there may be C also. So if there is a C, then you have to take Nc. So it depends on how many number of components are present in a solution. If there are 2 components present, then these will be the formulas. Now, one important thing you have to remember here is the mole fractions of the component in a solution. The sum of mole fractions of the components will always be equal to unity. Okay, so mole fraction of A plus mole fraction of B will always be equal to 1. Suppose you are given mole fraction of A, you have to calculate mole fraction of B. So it is very simple. Mole fraction of B will be equal to, send it that side, 1 minus mole fraction of A. So you have to remember this very important, very simple fact. This is that mole fraction, sum means addition. Sum of mole fraction of all the components will be equal to unity. So this is mole fraction of a solution to express the concentration of the solution. Just like molality, during molality I told you molality is independent of temperature. Molality does not depend on temperature. Similarly, mole fraction is also independent of temperature. It is independent of temperature. If temperature increases or decreases, if the temperature changes, mole fraction will not change. It will remain as it is. That is, mole fraction is independent of the temperature. So these are the few methods. There are also other methods like normality and formality. I will not be going into those. So these are the 7 methods of expressing the concentration of the solution.